Hi everyone, Marty here again with Warehouse and Operations as a Career, and today I'm really excited to be interviewing with an unloading or lumping manager by phone. Now bear with us, this is our first phone interview. I'm gonna get it right as we go. Last week we discussed sanitation and unloading as kind of breakthrough positions to get our foot in that door. Today we're speaking with a gentleman that's done just that, and he's on his goal path to the career that he's really interested in. Welcome, Abraham. I'm so glad you could take a few minutes with us today and share what it is that you do, kind of how you got started in it, and talk for a moment about how you got here with us this evening. Maybe you can briefly describe lumping to us, kind of a lumper 101, if you will.
Hey, Marty, how's it going? I'm glad to be here, man. Basically, what I am at this moment, I'm a manager at a pretty big warehouse here in Dallas, Texas. I wasn't always at this level, it took a lot of hard work, it kind of started out in a smaller city back home, which was Lubbock, Texas. And anyhow, I kind of got a job just basically by sheer luck. I was looking through Craigslist and basically found it. Recruiter sent me up to the warehouse and I met with the manager at that time. He then gave me a tour, set me up with an interview, filled out an application, and basically let me see what I was getting up against. He kind of showed me some breakdowns, which are some paperwork that you have to, separate merchandise when you're unloading a truck. So, at that time, it was basically just looking at it. It didn't seem too hard, but at the same time, looks can be deceiving. Anyhow, well, he hired me, and then I had to, go through some training, some orientation classes, watch some videos, the 29 CFR class and everything, so that way I could be on-sited at that particular facility. Anyhow, my first day of training, they kind of just threw me out there, and, I started learning what ties were and, how to stack boxes correctly on pallets, small wood, large wood, which are small pallets and big pallets, because they use both at that particular facility. After that, 2 weeks passed by, I learned how to use a pallet jack, had to watch a video for that also. After that, they kind of released me, after they showed me how to read a breakdown and everything. Breakdown, basically what a breakdown is, it'll give you all the product, and there's some numbers on it that you have to actually pair up to each item, so that way you can actually stack it up on one individual pallet. Well, after that, basically when you're on the dock in a warehouse, you're the first line of defense. You have to be able to notice what's wrong with a box. If a box is crushed, is it exposed, because a lot of this merchandise are going to restaurants, schools, plates, they get all types of things at these warehouses. So you basically want to always keep an eye on the merchandise, on the product, because, God forbid, you wouldn't want nobody to get sick or anything. Anyhow, just to go forward and everything, basically, just work my way up the ladder, the manager at that time, I guess they seen something in me, and, they gave me more responsibility. I had to, keep track of money, tickets, stuff like that. And, I finally got to knowing the people around me and everything. I had, perfect people skills, I guess you could say, and, now I'm here in Dallas.
Yeah, that's, you pretty much wrapped it up and described it. Last week we learned a lot about the breakdowns. We learned a lot about the tie highs, about the segregation of the boxes. You pretty much just wrapped it all up, man. I think you described that very, very well.
Thank you.
Now, what about equipment? Had you ever used any kind of equipment or pallet jacks, forklifts, anything like that before you got started?
I actually hadn't. I had been in the construction business and everything, so I kind of know my way around like the OSHA thing and heavy equipment like that. But when I came to the warehouse, it was so different to me because everything's smaller. The pallet jack, you're just holding on with one hand and then holding with the other hand, and you're kind of maneuvering, the jack, and you're standing on it, electric. Back when I was younger, there was basically just hand jacks. They didn't really just use the electric ones a whole lot. And it was basically only in grocery stores that you would use a hand jack, or at least that's where I seen them at. That was it. And as far as a stand-up forklift, I didn't even know there was such thing as one, so it was just all new to me. It took a lot of practice. I don't think I got certified for a forklift for about 3 months because, it's a lot harder. And it takes a lot of practice too, like I would take a day at a time, maybe after work, and then get on it with somebody watching me. So that way, I wouldn't run into something because, in a warehouse, you could easily get hurt just by running into something.
That's so true. We've really spent quite a bit of time on safety and things like that. Experience is what we've learned really gets us to where it is that we want to go. So that's
it is, man.
Isn't that the truth, man? I mean, experience will get you to where you want to go and the money that you want to make. So now you're running the show in a much larger building here in Dallas with roughly 40 direct reports, maybe 3 or 4 soups underneath you. I mean, you've probably noticed responsibilities have definitely increased. Has that created any changes in your outlooks or your goals? I mean, where are you going to go from here, man?
Well, it does create a whole bunch of outlooks and views for me, because I am the type of person that wants to move forward in life and everything. Now that I have so many people under me and that I have to look after, it's a great deal of responsibility, because at any given moment, we have a night shift also, and any given moment something could happen, and then there I go. I have to be out there for them. It's just like it's a team, and everybody should actually just work together and take care of one another and make sure that the other one's not doing anything rash that could possibly get him hurt and everything. And that's what I expect from my supervisors, to be on the lookout for anything hazardous, to always pay attention to their guys, because their guys are the ones that are out there actually doing the work, moving boxes from left to right, physically actually doing everything. So, it's always good to take time and look out for everybody. And I believe that's what a good leader does, a good manager. He's always there for the team. He wants to be able to help them, or, make sure that his supervisors are doing what they're supposed to do. So that way, at the end of the day, everybody goes home and productivity goes up a little higher.
You're absolutely correct, sir. You used all the key words: team, responsibilities. You've kind of wrapped up the direction that we're going. It's really interesting to find that those are important words. Sounds like you've got your goals and paths pretty well charted out, and that you're well on your way to achieving them, man.
Yes, sir, and I sure am, man. If it wasn't for the company I work for, I don't know really where I'd be right now. I'd probably be working at a restaurant or something, or back in construction.
Very cool. Abraham, I want to thank you for taking a few minutes with Warehouse and Operations as a Career today and sharing your story and your achievements with our group. I really enjoyed speaking with you, and wish you the best going forward, man.
Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate it also.
And thanks to all of you for joining us today. Next week, we're going to take a quick peek into the production environments. It's a little bit different than distribution, but a lot of the same general tasks and opportunities for advancement are definitely there. Till then, I wish you a great week and ask you, if you have a moment, please visit our Facebook and Twitter pages. A quick thumbs up or comment would be greatly appreciated. And remember, look for, document, and correct any safety opportunities that you run across out there.